Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Heartfelt Hustle. Scaling your business sounds exciting until it actually starts happening. More clients, more inquiries, more to dos, and suddenly, instead of feeling proud of your growth, you feel buried under it. That's like literally and exactly why today's episode is going to walk you through the essential systems every business owner should set up before they even grow. Whether you're getting ready for your next launch, hiring a team member, or simply bringing in more leads, this episode is literally going to be your roadmap. I am Sush, your go to business strategist and the voice behind Heartfelt Hustle, and I've supported dozens of online business owners behind the scenes to get their strategy and systems aligned so growth becomes not just possible but peaceful. So let's dive into what systems to put in place if you want to scale without burning out. I have also got some powerful action steps for you throughout the episode because I don't want you to just listen and nod with me, but rather I want you to implement and feel the shift and then dive more deep into this. So let's get started. Welcome to Heartfelt Hustle, the podcast that dives deep into the heart and hustle of entrepreneurship, where our dreams meet reality and where our passions fuel our success. I'm your host, Sushmita Jain, a launch strategist and operations director, founder of an outsourcing agency. Most of my clients call me their right hand woman, and most importantly, a curious soul as well as a nerd. I am here to share my experiences. I am here to share my insights. I am here to share practical tips that will help you build a thriving and a sustainable business. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, a seasoned business owner, or someone looking to infuse more heart into your hustle, I am here and this podcast is for you. Each week, we'll dive into topics ranging from reconnecting to your passions, your soul, your why, and overcoming the roadblocks of your growth journey. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's dig into this heartfelt hustle together. So today's one, like I said, is been going to be filled with a lot of action steps for you to work and implement on. But before we get started, I want us to actually look into the depth of this because, like, why scaling without systems is something which would not actually work. Like, why should you really invest in this? Because ultimately, we are about to invest together your most precious resource, which is time. And here is the truth that no one tells you when you are starting to grow. Growth isn't just more money, it's more responsibility, it's more moving parts, it's more expectations from your audience, from your clients, from even your team. Without the right systems in place, growth becomes chaotic. I've seen it time and again. Business owners who were so ready to scale and had their audience or even their offer being literally like they had so many leads coming in, they had a lot of people they were working with, but they did not have the infrastructure. They were rebuilding things every single time, copy pasting things or doing things manually, following up with leads in DMs one by one, forgetting onboarding steps, missing out on so many opportunities. So let me walk you through what to set up first, and then I will give you action steps so you can get started right after listening to this episode or even
while you're listening to this episode, because if you are looking forward to taking action, you could literally pause, make notes, and, start thinking about your next action steps, how you're going to implement it, and start working on things one by one. So, which are the 4 systems to set up before you grow your business? Let's break this into 4 systems and give you action steps for each, right? So, system number 1 is actually your offer structure. Your offers are the foundation of your systems. You should have a clear product suite, what I like to call your offer ladder. What your signature offer is, what your lower access point is, and what are your high-end touch points, or what are your high-end options for people to work with. And then each of these should have a standard onboarding flow, a fulfillment checklist when you are actually working on with clients. How is it going to feel? What's the experience going to be like? How are you going to make sure you are keeping up? How are you maybe even making notes for refining it further, so on and so forth. And there also needs to be a delivery rhythm or timeline for you for every offer of yours. Even when I am offering personalized offers for my one-on-one clients, I do always make sure that we have a timeline prepped beforehand. And if and when it is needed, I edit it, I adapt it, I alter it, whether it's, the paid offers of mine, the free offers of mine, experiences that I'm designing in for myself as well as my clients. We always do make sure that we have worked on these. So what would be your action step right now? I want you to literally map out or list out your current offers. Write down, what does your onboarding process look like at the moment? How is the delivery process? What does it look like? And what assets are already created and what is missing? That is going to help you understand and also find what is not prepped, what needs to be worked on, what needs to be adjusted, how you can make things better. And our brand experience is something which is very important, and it actually helps us bring back referral survey as well. So even by just doing this one exercise, it is going to give you so much clarity on what's repeatable. It's going to help you understand what can be templates, what can be converted into templates, and what needs maybe fixing even before you start thinking towards the next thing, right? So that's just we working on system number 1. System number 2 would be your email ecosystem, because your emails are important too as well, right? And I'm not saying you need, hundreds or thousands of automations, but you need your core emails working for you. You need to have minimum a welcome sequence for your new subscribers, a tagging system to segment your audience, a sales sequence for each of your main offer. That's the bare minimum you definitely need to have. And so seriously, these are very, very, very important. And these don't have to be complex. It can be as simple as 5 emails in a sequence introducing you, your story, your mission, your offers. Obviously it has to be more strategic, but this is me giving you examples. So right now, your next action step is going to be that I want you to revisit what your welcome sequence look like. And also I want you to look at things like, is your event welcome sequence aligned with where your business is today, or is it something which was set up way, way, way before and maybe it needs to be adjusted right now? Add even one email if it's needed. Maybe look at it, audit it yourself, and then just see where you can take it from there. And I want you to audit all of it. I want you to audit your welcome sequence for your new subscribers. I want you to see if you are, or if you have like a tagging system set up to segment your audience or your email list. And do you have sales sequence for your, like, sales sequence as in a welcome or an onboarding sequence for your each main offer? I want you to check these things out. Next, what I want you to look at and check is whether if you have a client or lead management system. I mean, I can't even stress on this enough, because even if you might be thinking, well, I'm not that big, so, still, you need to have a client management system, because if you don't have it right now, how are you going to manage the influx of leads later on in your business? You can use something as simple as Notion, Airtable. You could use something like Trello, Asana, Dipsado, whatever fits your style, whichever tool you prefer, but you need to have it is what matters. And this is going to help you even track things like, when did your client start? How are the onboarding process or the onboarding steps looking like? Which sessions are scheduled, or what are the delivery milestones? Do you need to have client preferences or notes as a reference so that you know what they're going through, what support they need, how you can support them, how you can make their life easier, so on and so forth. Because this is how you create consistency, and consistency builds trust. So just saying. So what's going to be the action step here? Well, in this case, the action step is set up a very simple lead tracker today. Like something as simple as 3 columns, name, where they did come from, and what's the next step. Even something as simple as that is going to help you a lot right now if you don't have anything. And once you start utilizing this consistently, you will start getting ideas as to how you can make this work much better in your life and in your business. So yeah, once you start doing this, you'll realize how many people were even slipping through the cracks before as well. So very important, and start implementing this. And the system number 4. So repeatable internal processes. Now, this one's a very juicy one, because, it is something that can literally save your energy on daily basis, because these are like, your rinse and repeat systems, which you are utilizing every single day in, or every single week in your business, but maybe you're not realizing it. Like, do you have a check-in day with you just every week with you? Do you have maybe launch campaigns or debriefs for yourself? Do you have promo campaigns or debriefs for yourself? Do you have a system around content batching, scheduling? What is it? How does it look like? Do you are you already prepping for when time comes? How would you hand off your tasks to those who you will start working with? Because without these, you're rethinking everything from scratch every single week, or every single time you need to come back to this. And that can again be exhausting. And we don't want that. If we can work on something maybe right now, invest time in maybe every week, even on one of these things. And then that means that moving forward, you will actually have like an entire batch or database of this, so that you can come back to it next time you need it. That's so much better. So choose one repeatable task in your business this week, like whether it's content planning, whether you are writing steps down for something that you're doing, whatever it is, and start building your SOPs, because that is going to be, again, very, very important. And you'll thank yourself for this next time your brain is tired and you need to go back to this. And instead of you starting from scratch, you literally have something to refer back. So yeah, And now that we've talked about all of these systems, how about we actually talk about something? Because you might be somewhere in your mind thinking, I don't have time for this, Tosh. There's so much pending. There's so many things I want to do. And blah, 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 right? But what happens if you skip this? Well, or if you don't work on these things, there's a chance that you might be still stuck where you are right now, or there's a chance that you might actually brain, like literally fry your brain with a lot of overload. Because let me share a quick story with you. Like, I once had a client who did come to me during her launch, or just prior to her launch actually, and she was totally in panic mode. Like, her calendar was full, her email list was growing, people were signing up for her event, she was growing, there was a lot of demand, but she was just freaking out because she did not even have an onboarding flow. She had not even written, forget onboarding flow, she had not even written a sales sequence for her paid offer, which she was going to launch during the launch. She was literally sending DMs to all of her leads manually, and she's like, I don't know how I'm gonna pull this off. And just by doing that for a few days, she was overwhelmed. Her energy had dropped. She was like, I don't know how to use chatbot. And I'm like, you don't need chatbot right now. All you need is an email system. And we worked on that. And, so it's not that you need everything in one go. You can work on things one by one, but at least you need to be ready and you need to be prepared to slowly start working on this. Because when we got our systems set up one by one until the next round, the difference was literally like night and day. And these systems, like what we're talking about today, they're not luxury. They are how you protect your energy. They are how you're going to protect your time. They are how you are going to literally build the momentum and boost your results. So you deserve a business that runs with you and not against you, or that runs and blends smoothly with your growth curve. So ultimately, it's your choice, but yeah, you can, I'm not saying, like I said, start working on this in one go. No, that's the reason why, if I have to actually mention this right now, because this is exactly what I work with, with my clients in the strategy lab. It's a membership for online business owners who are ready to simplify and set up the back end of their business for growth. And we have trainings, we have calls, where we can just have conversations, discuss where they're stuck. I can give them ideas, they can test them out, they can come back. You could be doing something similar as well. You can, obviously, you are welcome in Strategy Lab as well. So you can connect with me, we can work it out. I can, if you have questions, answer questions related to lab as well. And we can start working on this. Or first, you can start testing what I have shared with you here in this podcast episode. See how it feels. Start seeing how it is actually helping you relieve your pressure and making your life easier. And then you can, start working on other bits slowly and steadily and invest in the membership as well. As simple as that. So here's a reminder for you. Your next level does not need to be stressful. The more you set up now, the more freedom and peace you will create later. So choose just one system from today's episode to implement this week and start working on slowly. You will feel the difference instantly. And if you loved this episode, send it to a friend who is scaling or prepping up to scale and grow, or share it on your Instagram stories and tag me and let me know what were your biggest takeaways. Leave a review for this podcast episode. And as always, thank you for tuning in into Heartfelt Hustle. I will see you in the next episode. And I have the link for my Substack as well. In case if you would love to read in-depth articles from me, I have started my Substack account, so you can read that there. And plus, if you would like a blog version of this episode itself, the link for my blog for this also is mentioned in the description of this podcast episodes. Check that out. You will get all of the show notes and all of the information mentioned, so that instead of next time you listening to the entire episode, when you are coming back to it and, updating and upgrading your systems, you can just go through the notes and work on these with us together. So yeah, that's it for now, and take care.